Welcome to the Get Fit Guys, quick and dirty tips to slim down and shape up. My name is Ben Greenfield, and I'm the Get Fit Guy. Spring is in the air, and with spring comes running, especially the extremely popular 5K run, which is perfect for beginners who want to get their running chops and also for advanced runners who want to lay down some personal records or do some speed training for a longer distance like a marathon. Training for and racing in a 5K run can also be a perfect way to add motivation to a stale workout routine, to spend more time outside in the spring and summer months, and yes, even shed a few extra pounds for shorts and t-shirt season. But it can also certainly be intimidating to know exactly what to do to get ready for 5K and what to expect during the event, especially if it's your first time. So in this episode, you're going to get my top 10 quick and dirty tips for running a 5K, and even you running veterans may pick up a thing or two. And now here are my top 10 tips for running a 5K. Number 1, register. Now, this may sound simple, but if you reserve a spot and you pay for your 5K, you'll automatically gain more incentive to train. Knowing that your name is on the registration list or that your friends know you signed up for the race will really energize you. So take that first step and actually go find an event. Depending on how fit you are right now, 1 to 3 months is sufficient time to prepare. Check the website active.com or your local running club website, the newspaper, or a local outdoors magazine for a list of events in your area. Don't just have some random 5K floating up in the clouds. Know exactly which event you're going to do and what the date is. Number 2, train about 3 times a week for starters. You don't have to run every day. Just 3 times a week is fine. For example, one day could be your fast day, in which you either walk or run a short distance at a very fast pace. You can begin with a quarter mile or so at a fast pace and gradually add to that distance until you can run or walk very fast for a mile. Another day could be a strength day, in which you walk or run at a moderate intensity up a steep hill, a series of hills, or even stairs. You can begin with 1 to 2 hill repeats and gradually work yourself up to 5 to 10 hill repeats. Finally, you should include an easier endurance building day, in which you go a little bit longer, a little bit slower, without pushing yourself too hard. And on these days, you can begin at about 1 to 2 miles and gradually work yourself up to 3 or 4 miles. For more tips on increasing your running speed, you should check out the episode that I did entitled How to Run Faster, and I'll link to that in the show notes over at getfitguy.quickanddirtytips.com. Number 3 is to combine walking and running. And if you feel completely exhausted during your training, you should attempt a brisk series of walks instead of a steady jog or run. You can use a landmark, a telephone pole, and you could walk to one pole and then jog to the next, for example. You'll eventually increase your endurance, and this can make the training easier for you, both mentally and physically. For more on how to use a run-walk protocol and exact run-walk ratios for everything from a 5K up to a marathon, check out my episode, How to Start Running, and I'll link to that in the show notes too. Number 4 is to cross-train. You'll improve your endurance and your oxygen capacity, strengthen your joints and your ligaments, and allow your body to have a break from the impact of fast walking or running if you include something other than simply pounding the pavement in your routine. You can try adding 1 bike ride and 1 swim or an elliptical trainer workout into your routine, preferably in between your walking or your running days. Number 5 is to lift weights. And strength training is a great way to strengthen the supporting ligaments and tendons while building up resistance to injury when you're getting ready for a 5K. It also gives you a step up in your fat-burning hormones. You can try a full-body program with 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions about 2 to 3 days of the week. For a good full-body workout program, you should check out an article that I wrote in the Huffington Post. It's called Becoming a Better Athlete, and I'll link to that one for you. Number 6 is to stretch. Now, anytime you increase your walking or your running volume, certain muscles in your body tend to get tighter. Your primary flexibility focus should be on the muscles of your upper leg, like your hip flexors and your hamstrings, and also the calf muscles of your lower leg. While a yoga class will do an okay job stretching these muscles, you'll be better off doing a dynamic flexibility routine that includes lots of marching, lunging, sideways stepping, and front and side leg swings before or after your run, and even some foam rolling. I'll include a link to a good dynamic stretch routine in the show notes. Number 7, warm up before your 5K. If you feel like performing your 5K at a faster pace, a warm-up becomes even more important since it allows your body to attain a higher intensity without as much burn. To warm up properly for a 5K, do an easy jog for 2 or 3 minutes and then include just a few short 20 to 45-second efforts at a fast pace with full recoveries between each. Try to finish your warm-up within 5 minutes before that starting gun goes off. Number 8, don't eat too much before your 5K. A simple, small meal about 2 to 3 hours before the race will let you sufficiently digest that fuel, but still have energy for the event. If you tend to get hungry directly before runs, try a small pick-me-up, like half a banana or a small handful of raisins, just 5 to 10 minutes before the race. Don't worry about eating too much. Your body has more than enough fuel on board to get you through a 5K. And if you tend to get the butterflies in your stomach, avoid excessive fiber, like big fruit smoothies or bowls of cereal and oatmeal prior to the race. You don't want to be on the toilet when your event starts. Number 9, don't feel performance pressure during a 5K. Many people simply walk their first 5K. Others combine walking and running. If you're new to this, don't impose any expectations on yourself. Just relax, have fun, and perform at a pace that's comfortable for you and allows you to have a big smile on your face at the finish line, or at least a minute or so after you've crossed that finish line. Number 10 is to pace your race. Now, depending on how fast you walk or run, you can expect a 5K to last anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, and really fast individuals can complete the 5K in under 15 minutes. I recommend you split it up like this if it's your first time. Walk or run the first few minutes relatively fast. You'll get caught up in the crowd. Then settle in a sustainable pace until you hit about the 2-mile mark. Then gradually push yourself to the 3-mile mark. And for those last couple of 100 yards to get you through to the 3.2-mile mark, go as hard as you can with everything you have left. Just remember to wipe that drool off your face before you cross the finish line so you look good in those post-race photos. Now, most newspapers do a great job listing local 5K events, and many gyms have postings on an event board or a local racing magazine. It's easy to find a 5K, even easier to register, and now that you know how to train, how to pace, and how to eat for your 5K, what are you waiting for? Get out there and run. Now, be sure to check out the show notes for this episode over at quickanddirtytips.com for more of the resources that I mentioned. Until next time, I'm Ben Greenfield, the Get Fit guy, asking you, what are you waiting for? Go get fit.